Hey everyone, it's finally time for FNCS Grand Finals, and in this video, I'm going to be going over my predictions for this season's Grand Finals, so let's get right into it. Before we get into the map and predictions, I wanted to go over some stats. The input breakdown for this season's FNCS Grand Finals is 82 keyboard players and 18 controller players, 6 less controller players than last season's Grand Finals. Now for what's been a pretty intriguing topic for the whole entire season, how many NA West players would make Grand Finals? The region breakdown for this Grand Finals is 83 East players and 17 West players. Let me know down in the comments if 17 is more or less than you expected for West. It's somewhere around what I expected for there to be around 20-ish players from West. Moving on, let's take a look at the map, and probably the biggest story is the fact that Kanata and Agers are contested. The second place team from last season and a team that would be heavily favored to top 3 again if they're uncon. I've seen a lot of people that think Kanata and Agers are just going to run through Sprite and Giants, but I just do not think that will be the case. I can see them splitting 6-6 on off-spawn score, or maybe even 7-5 for Kanata. I do expect Kanata to be a lot better when they do live off-spawn than Sprite would, because they are just a clear better duo. There's some other off-spawns to watch out for as well, and me and my Twitch chat did do some score predictions together for these, and how we will think they will go if they fight all 12 games, and I'll show y'all that now. As always, if you guys want to see this map or any other NA Finals map, I will have all of those in my Discord in the description below. Now let's get into my top 10 Grand Finals predictions, and starting off with who I think will be the Chapter 4 Season 2 FNCS champions, I have none other than Acorn and Cold, the clear best duo on the region right now. They won 2 FNCS weeks out of 3 and also won the most recent Duo Cash Cup. This duo has been arguably the best duo in the world so far this year, and I think they are the clear favorite to win it all again. I'm a bit skeptical on whether they make it landed on day 2 by Curious and Yusuf, but this is a wait and see game. Not many people have Acorn and Cold placing something other than first place, and same here. Next, I think Rise and Iamza will come second place. They got third place last season, and I think with Kanata contested, they will jump up a spot this season and take home second. If this duo were to end up winning it all, it wouldn't really surprise me, but I think it's just too hard to put anyone ahead of Acorn. After the top 2, it gets a bit tricky, and for third place, I have Aviv and Skittles. This is a very good duo, and I think if they can correct the mistakes they had last season on day 2, the sky is the limit for them. A lot of people are sleeping on this duo to do very well, and I'm expecting big things out of them this weekend. In fourth place, I have Peterbot and Kwani, a team I could see winning 2+ games this weekend, but I feel like they will have some struggle games as well. When this duo was clicking, they look like one of the best duos, but it's a matter of how many off games they will have. Kwani has also never placed better than 10th as an IGL, so the nerves could get to them a bit, but overall, I see this duo putting together a pretty solid tourney. My 5th place team is one that could win Grands, but I'm not too sure how their situation will go, and that is Bugha and Threats. If you look at what Bully and Krizux want to claim, they want half of Bugha's loot, but I just don't see how that will be possible. The fact that they are saying they want this though makes it very hard to trust Bugha and Threats to not have some dud games. I'm kind of taking the safe placement with this team, but I could see Bugha and Threats coming as high as 1st or 2nd. They've been playing very good recently and have been getting better and better every single week. In 6th place, I have Pump and Trashy, a duo that has been so consistent at making tournament finals the past 2 seasons, but have been so inconsistent in those finals. It's like one tourney they get top 5, then one tourney they get 15th. Last season, they were 3rd after day 1 and then dropped down to 8th place. So the inconsistency issues are there, and if they can have that consistent version of them, I can see this team getting top 3. I do think Pump will be the best placing controller player regardless. I feel like controller is in a way falling off. It's getting harder and harder to keep up with these double keyboard teams. Next in 7th, I have Dukes and Edgy. This duo is another pretty underrated one that I haven't seen too many people saying are going to place crazy high. Dukes has been very good this season at playing consistent, and I think him and Edgy have the ability to do very well in Grands and maybe even a top 5. It also helps they are one of the few teams that is guaranteed double katanas, especially with ODM gear getting vaulted. In 8th place, I have my first NA West team in Reet and Epic Whale, a team I think could do way better than this placement, but haven't really shown me enough to want to put them higher. This duo has some games where they look absolutely unstoppable, but then they have some games that make me scratch my head. It's like they think they're still playing West and can do whatever they want with no punishment from the lobby. I'm hoping they have a good weekend and can put together a top 5, but I think somewhere around the 6th to 8th spot is where they'll end up. In 9th, I have the first cross-region duo, and a very underrated duo at that, in Poyo and Spinks. This duo has been very consistent in their short time together and are going to surprise some people this weekend. Many people know Poyo as that guy that Bugha duoed with for 2 days, but I think after this season, people are going to start knowing him as more of that insanely underrated player from NA West, and he will start being more and more known as a crazy fighter. I hope to see this duo put up some great numbers come Saturday. And lastly, rounding out my top 10, I have Fatch and Pam Stew. They are uncon after being contested last season by Dubs and Xep, and I'm expecting a top 10 from the duo that once got third 3 seasons ago. I think Fatch and Pam are still one of the most underrated duos, and I would love for them to show everyone why they are still one of the best duos on the region. I have them at 10 because with ODMs being taken out, I'm not too sure if I trust Fatal to lead them to a better placement than this, but finally being uncon is a great place to start. Next, I want to talk about some underrated teams. I wouldn't be surprised if they got top 10, and duos I feel like aren't being talked about too much in comparison to the ones I have in my top 10. Baka and Pars I think are a very solid high team, and I expect them to win at least one game this weekend, and I could even see them maybe outplacing Epic Whale and Reet as the best placing West team in this Grands. Another duo I think is very underrated heading into Grands is Death and Tahi, a double zero ping duo that should have Mythic Vault at Shattered almost every single game, if not every single game. They also got 9th place last season when Shattered was a much worse POI, so I think this season they could surprise everyone yet again and make it known that they are a top duo in the region. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this FNCS Grand Finals and who you think will be in the top 3, as well as letting me know what teams you think are the underrated teams and can place very well. So let me know down in the comments what you think. And if you guys enjoyed my FNCS Grand Finals predictions, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. I hope to see you all on Saturday and Sunday on Twitch. If you want to stop by and watch Grand Finals with me, I'll be streaming that on NA Comp Report on Twitch if you want to stop by. Thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you next time.